Om Sanavatu Sanonaktu Savirim Karavavai Jasnavaditamastu Mavidushavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. Please read verse number 13 or just read it, please. Nanindati na chastauti narushyati na kupyati nadadati na grinnati mukta sarvatra nirasa sanuragam striyam drushtva mrityumva samupasthitam abhivalamana swastah mukta eva mahashaya sukhe dukkhe nare naryam sampatsu vipassu ca vishesho naiva dhirasya sarvatra samadarshinaha nahinsa naiva karunyam naudatyam nacha dinatam Asharyam naiva chakshova Kshina sansarane nare Namukto vishayadvashta Nava vishayalolupaha Asansaktamana nityam Prapta praptamupasnute. I hope you are really not only listening, but also not only listening, enjoying, but also being the depth, the root of these verses. These verses are like paintings. In painter's mind, there are a million pictures. In painter's mind, there are a million pictures. So many pictures. One picture has come. Appreciating that, what we say, wow, what a masterpiece. Few strokes on a canvas. But how many more pictures are in his mind? He's just not a painter, an artist. But look at the nature. For a little rainbow to appear in the sky, how the whole cosmos participates. The rain has to come, the sun must be in the appropriate place and the direction, in a sense, east or west, depending on from what side the rain is coming. Amazing colors come out. Double rainbow, so many, what all things you see, but we see only a part. That rainbow is not visible to the entire world. And there are huge forests, waterfalls, mountain ranges. We just stay in one little place. And that itself is so overwhelming that we completely lose track that there is a vastness surrounding us. Just think of it. Because if you do not appreciate, these verses are your own description. This is not meant for teaching. A person who writes, please listen, only didactic people who are idealists, they shall write a book for other people to learn. It's like painting something for other people to enjoy. Singing a song so that everybody tells me I am so wonderful singer. Or dancing few steps to be recognized by the experts or the onlookers, just to be appreciated by the audience. There is something called you dance for dance sake, sing for singing sake, teaching for teaching sake, writing for writing sake, as they say, art for art's sake, living for living sake. No teacher shall write a book to say that, this is something other people should enjoy. No, first he enjoys writing it. Because that is a minuscule expression of his infinite wisdom. That is why you shall see repetition of words like anything, isn't it? A repetition of words. Same word, Atman, Brahman, Mukta, Nirasa, E Ajam, Nityam, Saswada, Sukha Dukha, all Sampat, Vipat, all these things, what all words are used, in one context or other you have already seen it, already heard it, right or wrong. None of these words are new for you. There is why it makes it so beautiful? Because there is a vision, reality behind it. And that is something, when you listen, you go to the root. Are you enjoying it or are you being it? I enjoy the classes. After the class, when will the next one? Hey, you are not enjoying the class, you are the content of the class. Understand? You are not enjoying a book, you are the content of the book. You are not enjoying this life, you are the source of this life. Or else, one day you shall be miserable. Like yesterday one person passed away, 89-year-old. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Every day millions of people are passing. I went and this time in my village I saw my school teacher, 101-year-old. March 9 he completed 100. Now he is 101. If you are just enjoying living, you will be afraid of dying. Because no more one day you shall see this lovely creation, the stars, this rain, the sunshine, these birds, these people, the food and all that. You are the content of that. You are the essence, the Sahara. The essence of that existence. It is like, please tell me friends, think for yourself. You definitely enjoy this beautiful garden. Lovely yellow flowers now, Radha Chuda, and that yellow flower, so beautiful everywhere. While looking at, did you ever think there is a root invisible because of which the flowers are blossoming? The root is not very poetic, there is nothing colorful about it. Invisible, drab little thing inside deep inside the mud. Outside, the foliage, the branches, the flowers, the fragrance, even the mangoes. See the mangoes now. So beautiful. The whole tree laden with mangoes. Like bunches of apple they are falling down. All of us go there and say, "Whoa, man, what mangoes, ooh, ooh." Has anybody thought how? Just think of it. Does it ever pass through our head? This root, if it is not searching, but finding the water everywhere and sending it up, the tree shall perish. There shall be no mangoes. So when you see the blossoming of a physical body, the beauty of it, the grandeur of it, the youth of it, the old age of it, a stage on which million dramas have been played out. How many things you have heard, seen, touched, tasted, smelled. Your physical body itself is a stage on which time has been dancing continuously. The time is continuously dancing. Now the childhood, now the youth, now the adult age, now the old age. And what all experiences have passed through this? All this is possible because you are alive, because you are conscious. Ajivin. We do not recognize the water and the deep root of the lotus stem while enjoying the colorful presentation and the fragrance of the beautiful lotus. Same thing also. While living with our body, we completely lose sight of the root. Only when you are with that root, with yourself, then only living shall be a celebration. As long as you are losing yourself in the so-called celebration, soon tiredness will come in. Because body will not be the body all the time. The body will not be the same body all the time. Everything shall change. That is why, if you look at, you consider youth is the stage of life, continuously people being pushed out. The new generation is taking over. You have no space anymore. Just think of it. Other day, we were walking in the forest, in Eastern Ghat, in Odisha. As you are walking down, there was one particular stretch from which you can see literally the rolling hills. Range after range, Eastern Ghat, just like Western Ghat, like Eastern Ghat, the range after range. Remember, if you have seen Himalayas, how little silhouettes of mountains, so beautiful. One range after another range after another range is so beautiful, like a dream, with little fog, little haziness. It looks absolutely fantastic. The person who had gone with me, he said, "Swamiji, what a divine sight." I said, "Which one? What? Where is the divine sight?" He said, "You are pulling my leg. You are the one who enjoy everything best possible way, And you are telling where? You are definitely pulling my leg." He knows me for a long time. I said, "Of course I am pulling your leg. Do you know, when you say, what is the divine sight, you show me ahead. All this, you forget. Another person standing in the other mountain will be looking at you and saying, what a divine sight. You don't enjoy, when you are inside the little place, and looking at the vastness. You don't look at that spot, you look at the vastness beyond. That you are also the part of vastness, somebody else is enjoying. How many people recognize? Think of it. You do not see the perspective when you are lost within. Lost inside a forest, you don't gain that perspective of vastness. Because it's like from inside the house, like we are sitting inside this hall, how do you enjoy the beauty, the facade of this lovely building from inside? Inside is so drab. The facade is beautiful, colonial architectures, beautiful temple architecture, trees, gardens, but inside the house is a space. Understand? That is how. When you lose yourself in this tiny little role of being just a human being in a body, you lose sight of everything. So these verses, please understand, these verses, just like the mountains are very beautiful, but they're standing on what? On the earth. Nobody says, lovely earth. Has anybody said ever? Nobody ever says, the earth is so lovely. No. The trees are lovely, the forest is lovely. But the earth, the foundation on which the whole nature is so luscious, exuberant, is completely lost sight of. Same thing, our physical body, our sense organs, perceptions, thoughts, in which we totally lose sight, we totally lose ourselves. Very rarely you shall come across somebody who goes back onto himself. That is why when you see that reality for yourself as to who you are, the moment you appreciate the reality of yourself as to who you are, and that becomes the teaching. Teaching is not, listen carefully, teaching is of course being taught by somebody, a text is taught to you. But learning is when you teach yourself. Understand that point very, very clearly. Learning is not learning from a teacher. Learning is when you teach yourself. Understand that point. The learning is when you teach yourself. It's not that when you listen to this and you say, oh my God, how did I miss this point? But this is what exactly it is all about. You pick up some discipline. It doesn't matter whether it is dance or music or yoga or anything for that matter. You pick up. When you do your own practice, then only you are learning. That time you are teaching yourself. Please. That is what we call as abhyas. You see somebody is making a pot. You see, he has taught you how to do. But then when you continue to do that, you are teaching yourself. That is why most people never learn anything because they do not teach themselves. They go on learning. Learning means it's a sounding board. You are just listening. But you are not teaching yourself. Vishayan dhyayato pumsa sangaste supajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krudho vijayate krudat bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti vibhrama smriti bhansat buddhinasa buddhinasat pranasyati. Many people will be knowing these words. By continuously thinking about an essence subject, you get hooked into it. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. When you are very familiar, you are hooked into it, then comes the desire to possess it. And when you desire to possess it, in case you cannot possess, whoever prevents you from possessing it, getting it, anger, kama becomes krodha. If you could get it, lobha. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Because of your anger, anybody prevents you from getting what you want, or prevents you getting from more and more of that what you want, greed, sammoha. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. You become deluded. From anger comes delusion. Sammohat smriti vibhrama. When you are deluded, smriti bhamsa takes place. You forget somebody is your father, mother, husband, wife, well-wisher, superior. Completely forget. Buddhinasat pranasyati. Destroys himself. Other day, when I was talking to somebody, I said, not only pranasyati, but nasyati, nasayati. Not only destroys himself, but in the process he can destroy somebody else. Suppose you say the person forgot drinking, kills himself. Nasyati, destroyed a family. The wife is destroyed, husband is destroyed, family is destroyed, friends are affected. Nasayati. Are you getting that point? Because you are not a single isolated individual in this life. You are part of so many different people. So little anger, little hatred, little jealousy completely destroys. Now, have you gone back and seen it being reenacted inside you? Please see that, friends. We see beautiful painting, but we cannot paint. Why? We listen nice music, but we never sing. We eat good food, we cannot cook. We see people playing games, we cannot. Think. We admire nice people, but we refuse to be nice. We admire kind people, sensitive people, laughing, smiling people, but we refuse to love, laugh and smile. When you see that reality for yourself as to who you are, then what happens is, all these things very clear. It becomes clearer for you. You becomes a masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. Unaffected, untouched by the massive changes that is taking place. Massive changes what? The cosmic changes. Understand, friends? For a wave, it is just a turn. For the ocean, it's a massive movement. For us, it's a day or a night. For the system, the earth has moved. You understand? Do you get that perspective in life? What you call a sunrise is a massive movement of the earth. What you call a sunset is a massive movement of the earth. When you see something very beautiful, creative expression somewhere, it's same thing. It's like infinity expressing. Bhagavan so beautifully says in Gita, no? Yadyad vibhutimat sattvam srimad urjitameva tattadeva vagachatvam mama tejonsa sambhavam. Here Arjuna, wherever you see any brilliance, yadyad vibhutimat sattvam, whatever is vibhuti, glorious expression if you see in this universe, in an animal, in a human being, in a plant, anywhere, understand, mama tejonsa sambhavam, that is my brilliance manifesting. So all these verses, somebody has not written for us to study. When ASHTAVAKRA was talking to Janaka, he says, I'll teach so that other people can learn. So let me write like this. No. He spoke. He sang his song and went away. And this universal song, everybody's, is so beautiful. He's not stuck on a God, on a name, on a form, on a philosophy, on a particular thought, where none of these things matters. Listen carefully. No ninda, no stuti, no rushyati, no kupyati. There is no harsha, exhilaration, no anger, no frustration. No dadati, no grannahati, neither receives nor takes. Sanuragam striyam drushtva mrutyum va samupastitam. Seeing the most beautiful bhima as well as shanta, most beautiful shanta aspect of life, or the most glorious aspect of life, or seeing the most vicious aspect of life, aviyuhalamana, the mind doesn't flinch. When you say that example, sanuragam striyam drushtva, looking at a beautiful woman, willing, loving, kind. A man or a woman, think. Mrityum va samupastitam, or seeing the death in front of you. Is not excited and the most happiest of the possibilities in life. And what is the happiest possibility? Listen carefully. When you say talk of a man or woman, it is just not a man or woman. What is the happiest possibility? Listen carefully. It is so amazing. I was listening, reading through that. I was just such amazing thoughts were coming. You know what is the most amazing moment of your life? Two things, both examples I shall give you. You, listen carefully, you have with you millions and millions, just think of it. If the whole world dreams about it, and you have billions with you, then you see somebody is talking about how he has got 1,000 rupees, how he has got 10,000 rupees, or 500 rupees. And there is a competition among this millionaire, that millionaire, how much gold he owns, how much thing. This is everything going on. And here you are, seated with billions, tons of gold, tons of silver, huge real estate, everything at your disposal. How many people can keep quiet and not say, what is this you are talking? I have so many things. Different dimensions. Somebody has gone to Marina Beach and come back and waxing over his experience. Oh, so nice. Marina Beach, Tirupati, that place, Mahabalipuram, and the Kanyakumari, oh. Now you are a person who have seen the Fiji, you have seen the South Pacific, you have seen Mauritius, you have seen all over the world, the best beaches of the world, in the Spanish beaches and all that. 100 people talking about, everybody in the audience suppose talking about all these things. How do you sit down with a total resolve? let people enjoy the bubbles. Not with an arrogance, but you don't want to talk anything about it because, why? You have a very proud moment. You can just open your mouth and destroy everybody, but you don't. Think. Now this is a political game, Political game. In politics, everybody is trying to look at the other person's secret. They married and never told. Has got stashed away his money in the Swiss bank. Think of somebody. So suppose you really know something very, very intimate information about somebody. Somebody has, you have proof that the other fellow has billions in some other bank. But you know you can destroy the person in a second. You don't. Because you are not enamored by power. You are enjoying something which is much more satisfying than scoring a point over somebody. Fragile human beings take pleasure in destroying, breaking down. Just think of it. There was a prince. Just think of, please, this is amazing. What is there to talk? These are the verses. You have time, relax, enjoy. There is a teacher who was invited by the king that he should be taught. And then the man said, when he approached, the man felt the prince felt very bad that. He said, look, I am very happy you have arrived, but I cannot learn from you. I am totally useless. My life is a waste. I have done so much nonsense, this and that, I can't really learn from you. There is nothing but a good quality about me, I cannot learn. The person who accepts that itself is a great person. Anyway, he said, no, you come on, sit down. The teacher asked, you play one game with another student. It's a Jain story. There is a monk who knows how to play chess. So you play chess with him. He said, what is the best thing you can do? He said, I can play chess. He said, okay, they play chess with him. Whoever is defeated, he shall be beheaded. Or some very harsh punishment will be given. Whoever is defeated. So the game started, and the master is observing the prince and the monk, they are playing the game. It's a very intense game. The prince was a rogue, but he was very good in the game. It took hours. Then at one point, the prince knew time has come. The fellow has made a wrong move. He can really kill him now. He saw that, the master was observing like a hawk. He could see that smirk, the little smile in his face. The person is going to take. But immediately the prince made a wrong move. Deliberately made a wrong move. The teacher jumped into the game, mixed up the whole thing. He said, game is over. Nobody defeated. Game is over. Then asked the student to go away and tell the prince, you are a kind man. Listen carefully. You have so much of kindness in you. He said, why do you say that? He said, why did you not kill him? Why did you not defeat him in the game? He says, no, Venerable Sir, I knew I could defeat him. But if I defeat him, you say whoever is defeated will be finished. That person has lived such a wonderful life. Let him live long. I am a waste. I can go. He said, this is the kindness you have. You understand? This is when you have the power to destroy, when you know you can destroy. Is it less interesting than looking at a man or woman who is very willing and, available for your companionship? Which is more exciting? Think. You have power to destroy, but you don't. Ask yourself, how many situations in life where you have really got the upper hand, but you played yourself down? I shall tell, never. Nobody misses a chance of projecting himself or herself. And nobody misses a chance passing on the buck when the disaster strikes. That is human. The wise person, in both the situations, you understand? The disasters stares at his face, unaffected, unmoved, like the space. A tsunami cuts across, cyclone passes, tornado passes, a heat wave passes, the space is space. Gentle spring breeze passes, the space is space. The space is not frozen by the cold, scorched by the sunshine, the summer, washed away by the water, burnt by the fire, nothing touches it. So that is how, this is the verses. Abhivadamana swastha. Swastha, swasmin tishtati, always abiding in himself. Mukta eva mahasaya. These mahasaya, one who was the hope of hopes. In a sense, the content of the whole universe, free, unaffected by anything and everything in this creation. Sukhe dukkhe, nare naryam, sampatsuja vipassuja, sukhamba dukhamba, sampatsu vipassu, adversity, prosperity, happiness, comfortable situation, uncomfortable situation, both the situation, the person remains absolutely balanced, steady. That is what exactly you have to look at it. It's not listening, but putting into your own life, putting yourself into that equation. A situation like that comes, am I shaken? Am I overwhelmed? Am I excited? Or I am being who I am? Think, friends. Mrityumma samupastitam. Think. Mrityumma samupastitam. When the death stares at your face. The death means what? I have told you so many times. Death comes once in a life. Physical death. Every moment you are dying, but you are not dead. Huh? One moment you are dead. Other moments you are only dying. You are not dead. The death. But that is the death of the body. Long before your body is dead, how many friendships are dead? Relationships are dead. The son is no more the son. The father is no more the father. The daughter is no more the daughter. The wife is no more the wife. The husband is no more the husband. The friend is no more the friend. The guru is no more the guru. The disciple is no more the disciple. The devotee is no more the devotee. The God is no more the God. Death of a relationship. How many times it has happened? Mrityumma samupastitam. In all these moments, have you been shaken up? Only you shall know. Only you shall know. In your quiet moment, you do not remember your moments of anxiety and agitation that much. But if you are sincere and sensitive, look at yourself. In how many times of your life you have been really shaken up? Can you be somebody unshakable like the space? Achaloyam sanatana. Na chalati, no movement. Like a mountain, like a rock, you stand. Nothing touches. How do you know the strength of something? Think of it. How do you know the strength of something? Suppose you are in the sea. You are traveling, shipping. Your boat is so strong. When shall you know the strength of your boat? Massive waves come, it goes, rolls, but the water doesn't come in. It hits the what? Iceberg. Iceberg breaks, your boat doesn't break. Suppose like Titanic. Titanic broke out. So naturally it's a fragile ship. But suppose that breaks, the iceberg breaks, but your boat, your ship doesn't break. You are flying like a flying palace. Breeze, anything comes, but you somehow escape, get out of it. That means what? Your vehicle is some vehicle, because it can take anything and everything. Your understanding of life, have you tested it out? The test of your wisdom, have you tested out your wisdom? Is there a situation which can overwhelm you? And what is wisdom? Wisdom is not you, the I thought. Wisdom is the meaning of the word I. If you are feeling blown apart, if you are feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, overtaken, overpowered, muddied in the life, it's like a helpless thing inside the water. The massive water churns it out. Have you felt churned in life, overwhelmed in life, exhausted in life, destroyed in life? If any one of those feelings, or very excited, very, very intoxicated, to feel empty and spent out tomorrow, then you are useless. You are living at the level of the I thought. When you are with yourself who you are, it is like can the ocean drown the space? If you feel drowned, listen carefully. I hope you understand, and I know you understand. If you feel drowned, you don't understand anything. If you feel exhausted, if you feel tired, if you feel defeated, if you feel miserable, or you feel excited only to be disappointed later on, you don't understand. That doesn't mean the wise person doesn't have to go through this. No, if you are yourself and you as though going through excitement, as though going through the frustration, as though going through the fear, as though going through the anxiety, but in reality nothing touches you, only you shall know it for yourself. But you cannot cheat the world. You can cheat the world, but you cannot cheat yourself. Very nice, even Sanskrit verse, I don't remember the whole line, very beautifully says. Ucha means height. Just because somebody is in a high position doesn't have to be a very great person. Most people are looking for high position, right? He says the kaka, crow. The crow can be sitting down on the highest peak of the mountain, the tall tower of the palace. Kakona garudayate. The kaka, the crow, does not become an eagle. Just because it is sitting on the, perched on the top of a tower or in a mountain, that does not make the crow an eagle. And because the eagle is sitting down, that doesn't make it a crow. Eagle is eagle, crow is crow. Wisdom is wisdom. Ignorance is ignorance. In wisdom, when you are with yourself, you are unaffected by both, and therefore you can swim through both. But if there was a moment of frustration, listen carefully, that moment you have forgotten yourself. If you have ever told why this happened, why me, and many people have this type of fancy statements, why me, then who else? Why me? There are so many people, why me should get, I should get cancer, why, so what, everybody else should get, huh? Why me? Why my son should fail? Why my daughter should happen to, this thing happen to my daughter? So rest of the world it can happen, it doesn't matter to you. But me, my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, oh, how stupid. How it can happen to me? Cancer. Right? This why me, the desperation comes because I am the body and the body is going through this. I will not be there. The person shall never say why me, because who I am, all-pervasive, infinity, immortal existence. Mukta. Sarvatra samadarshana. See same thing everywhere. Listen, friends. To see happiness everywhere, you must be the happiness itself. To see divinity everywhere, you must be the divine. To see infinity everywhere, you must be infinity. If you are miserable, how are you going to see happiness anywhere in life? You shall see misery even in happiness. The ignorant man shall see ignorance in wisdom. The person who is ignorant doesn't know anything about himself. What shall he say? You give it to a die-hard, stupid, ignorant person, logical thinker, a person. This line he shall say, na nindati, na chastauti, na rushyati, na gupyati. The person never no censure, doesn't affected by censure, neither by praise, neither he feels excited nor angry, neither he gives nor he takes. Then what the fellow will say? What type of stupid life is that? Defeated. No enthusiasm. Nothing to give, nothing to receive, nothing to be happy, nothing to be unhappy. What type of life is that? I want to go through this roller coaster ride. Oh. I think I told you one very interesting thing. There was a person who was a very wise person, very laughing, joking all the time, everything. Makes everybody laugh all the time. So one very serious looking person comes and listens to the classes, the discourses, and then say, hey, this fellow is a clown. This fellow is a clown. Then this person who has been listening to him, he said, yes. Why do you say he's a clown? He said, he's laughing all the time, laughing. Said, yes, there is a difference between a clown and this teacher. Why? When the clowns makes others laugh, the teacher makes to laugh at your own self. That is the difference. In a teaching, you learn how to laugh at yourself. How can I be so stupid? That is what it is. How could I be so stupid? God, how did I miss it? The other person is audhatya, arrogance. You will never see it. Nobody can see it. It's very, very difficult, really. The person who sees it for himself, what is it? How did I miss it? And therefore there will be desperation. How are you missing it? It's all yourself. Are you getting that point? How lovely the life becomes. You know, a few years back, there was a particular, there's an art. It is there nowadays, but nobody is not a rage anymore. There is a design inside the page. You look at the thing with a little squint-eyed, something like that, the whole picture emerges. Beautiful picture. Inside that, there are three-dimensional, there will be a city, there is a big building, or there will be a dinosaur, or there is a lotus. But on the top, there is nothing. It's just a piece of paper. So I had brought one and put it on a board somewhere. Then another person comes and looks at it. He says, what is that? Nothing. Nothing. Now what is it? Hey, it's very simple. Just look at little like that. He just does his eyes that, but doesn't look at the picture. What do? You know it is so simple, but the person it is so difficult. Just try it out, give a binocular to people, then see how they are looking at it. Not many people can fix it, you know. You tell them, they are not, they will be looking up or down, because the sense of direction is totally nil. Look straight. Look up. They don't know. They just don't know. For you it is so simple. Think of it. When you are person totally at rest with yourself, there is no whisper of a reaction. Understand? That is why the same book has told, no, tadrusha taneva jananti. Only such people will understand such people. Teach yourself. Are you getting that? What is the whole thing is, what does mean is, teach yourself. Learning is, understand, learning is, you can listen to others, but you teach yourself. You take a point and see it for yourself. Is it true? Only when you see it, then it's a whoa. Just like you tell this fellow, there is a picture inside. In that particular paper, in that piece of paper, there is a picture inside, just see that. He looks, but nothing. Will you be excited about it? One day, suppose you are sitting down there, and then he said, what was that you were talking about some picture, let me see it. And suddenly, suppose he saw, what will happen to him? Jump, dance, run around. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It happened to me yesterday. 2 years back. Somebody had brought me a what is that machine? iPad. He had told me from America, somebody phoned up, Swamiji, I am coming, I want to give you something, what do you want? I said, I don't know. Does you want a good phone? I said, I have a phone. He said, no, there is okay, I'll give you two choices, an iPhone or an iPad. Which one you like? I said, phone I have got. Okay, I don't much use, but bring one iPad if you feel like. And he said, okay, I'll bring. And he brought the best, 64 GB and whatnot. He brought it. And also a nice cover, nice, everything. He gave it to me, I picked it up, I saw that, 2 minutes I played with it and kept it somewhere. 2 years ago. Then I remembered after 6 months, people, those who know about that also, Swami, where is that? I don't know where it is. God knows. Anyway, doesn't matter. Then after some time I gave it up. I don't look for it, but in case I see somebody's iPad or something, somebody asks about it, I don't even discuss it. It's all right. It's gone now. I don't know where it is. It's gone. Maybe I have given it to somebody, or maybe somebody has taken away. So why talk about it? The person who gave also says, how is everything? I say, oh fine, let's not talk about the iPad. Don't talk about it. Yesterday, I was just fixing up my room. After my morning everything, and then I was just fixing up boxes here and there. Then there was a plastic bag there on the top, on a particular shelf. I brought it out. What is this? Then there is that black leather case. Brought it out. Open it. Oh, flat thing. I said, oh, this is. I had a book reader. Maybe that book reader. Then it's so thin. Then open it. That is the one which is there. For 2 years, where was it? In my room, under my nose. In a sense, just to open it, pull it and one day look at it. I never saw it. The moment I see, how do I feel? Every day it happens to us, does it not? Simpler example you can take. Morning, there are a lot of these flowers in our garden now, this Nagalingam, hundreds they bloom. So our boy picks up, gives the temple one whole bag, leaves me half a bag here in my home. I can put it here and there. I should have put up a flower here. Anyway, he brings it. So every day that has become my job now. Because so many 30, 40, so I have to put 3, 4 here, 3, 4 there, 2, 4 there. The next day to collect that old ones and collect it up. Anyway, what to do? So I have got a routine now. I take the bag and I take a, vegetable basket. Old ones I put it and put it back. Old push it. Like that it was it. So I went and picked up the vegetable basket. Then I'm looking, where is the flower? But I kept, I know I kept the mango in the place. I went there, it's not there. Came back, I said, did I leave in the room and came? I said, leave the room also, it's not there. Hey, what is this? I am holding it to one side and the paper basket, which is plastic one, very light. So this is light, that is also light. So I am looking for the whole flower bag. When I saw that, what did I do? This is Brahman moments. Every moment of life. That is why when you go on listening to this reality, you go on discovering, what is this? How can I be so stupid? How do I miss it? How do I miss it? How do I miss it? Now, the teacher makes you to feel that. Now, that is you are listening. But you teach yourself. You go back and see for yourself. Is it really true that the thoughts do not affect me? Is it really true the reactions affect and not the incident? Is it really true the reaction comes not from the incident but in the presence of the individuality? Because I am conscious of the individuality, the I thought, the situation, the reaction, the perception, everything is there. Me, consciousness. I'm not there to be rolled around by the massive tsunami of incidents. The storm cannot blow away the space. How the formless me can be blown away by anything? How the timeless, nameless me can get affected by the time? The loss of the body, loss of an object, loss of anything in life. That steadiness. That is why such a person, so much rooted in himself, like the root. Listen carefully. If I can make an example, the root. See the tree, when it is swaying, nearer to the root, there is no swaying. Farther from the root, all swaying, right? It's a relative example. The tree on the top will be swaying from Come down 10 feet, little less swing. Come down to the trunk, little less. Very little lower state of the trunk, no movement. Forget, the root is untouched. Nearest to the root. Don't therefore say consciousness is the root. Nearest to the, there is no nearest to the root. Either you are root or you are rootless. Either you are rooted or you are rootless. Apparently rootless. If you are really rootless, listen carefully friends, if you are really rootless, unconscious, like an object like this, you have no conflict. But because you are conscious, unconscious, conscious, unconscious. Sometimes you are conscious, sometimes unconscious. That is why problem comes for you. So, whenever you are forgetting yourself, you are getting swayed by situations, affected by it. You know, comes the beauty. The beauty is, when you appreciate your being yourself, who you are, you don't want to spoil it, disturb it. You know you cannot disturb it, and you don't want to disturb it. You cannot disturb it. Even you don't want to create relative disturbance. It's not worth it. Look, when the life itself is bringing changes, why should we contribute towards it? Even if you just allow yourself to live, your physical body will die. Why are you in a hurry to drink and die? To smoke and die? To overeat and die? Are you getting that? Why? What is the hurry? Enough of misunderstanding. Husband misunderstands, wife misunderstands, child misunderstands, friends misunderstand. So many misunderstanding is there. Why should I also have an add to the misunderstanding anywhere? And the biggest misunderstanding is what? Not knowing yourself. What people, always people complain, no, Swamiji, I am misunderstood, my husband doesn't understand me, wife doesn't understand me. Don't do that. Don't complain, nobody understands you. Do you understand yourself? If you really understand yourself as to who you are, you shall not feel distraught, destroyed, disappointed and misunderstood. Because if you are misunderstood, who loses? Come on, just think of it. If you are misunderstood, you are a very nice man. Okay? You are a very nice man. If you are misunderstood, who loses? You are a very rich person, you are a very kind person. Okay? You are a kind person, you are a resourceful person. I am telling, this fellow is very kind because he wants something from me. Just because he has money, he thinks he can purchase me. I don't want it. I go. Who loses? You lose your money and kindness, no? Why are you affected? Why are you affected? Ask yourself the question. If somebody says, I'm a rogue, I'm an idiot, I'm stupid, thank you. So naturally you have nothing to do with me. When you have nothing to do with me, who loses? Definitely other person lose. Do I gain? Yes, Swamiji, you gain. What do I gain? Nothing. Why? That person's presence was not harming me anyway. Why? If who I am is infinity, how much can he take away from me? What can he take away? Knowledge, take. Things, God knows. You have no sense of loss. Alpe bhayamasti. It comes in beautiful. Yadvai bhuma tat sukham. That is bhuma. Bhuma, it comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Sandhya Upanishad somewhere. Yadvai bhuma tat sukham. Bhuma. Bhuma means ma bhu. Bhu means bhu have to become. But there is no becoming, that is sukham. Alpe sukham nasti. in anything that alpa, limited, there is no happiness. It will be totally unhappiness. It will come to an end. If you are feeling that something can be taken away from you, you don't understand who you are. Somebody can take your money, your house, your possessions, happiness. Think that. That is why if you have a sense of loss of any kind, you don't understand the truth. You are being yourself. Na mukta, vishaya dveshta, nava vishaya lolupa. So if you are a person that's happy, content with yourself, neither you are a vishaya dveshta nor a vishaya lolupa. Neither you hate any sense object nor you crave for any sense object. There is no hating, there is no craving. If it is there, excellent. Not there, excellent. There is no struggle in life. Na iha. That's why he says, ihita anihita muktaha. Pasyan, shunman, before that. Seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, everything, living, alive, just being alive, enjoying living. Ihita anihita muktaha. Such a Mahasaya, one who has thus understood, being one with himself. Iha aniha, chesta, absence of effort, effort, absence of effort. Both are not there. There is no desire to see something or not to see. There is no desire to hear or not to hear. No craving to touch or not to touch. No craving to smell or not to smell. No craving to live or not to live. No craving to die or not to die. There is no, do you understand this dimension? Craving is there or not there, only you will know. You understand the point? Are you craving or not craving? Who will know? Here is a flower. Just think, here is this object is there. This, what is that? Grapes are here. Suppose there is a grape here. There is a grape. If you look at it, show it to the child, how the child will do, how the child will behave? You'll come and grab it towards it and take it, right? Now suppose you are the father or you are the mother, you want to play with the child. Suppose you put it here, put it on the table, and the child is, I want it. So you also play the child, I want it, you take it out. So somebody looking at it, will they say, the father is crazy? Father is, you see that, how this father is taking it away? If father is playing, the child is really craving. The father is playing. But movement is what? Movement is towards the same. The movement is towards the grapes. But one is really going crazy about it, other is playing about it. Ultimately, you will give it to the baby. Take it, baby. The baby enjoys, so nice. See that? How many people will grasp this is out of the universe? But what is good and bad? One who craves, bad. One who doesn't crave, good. One who sees a movie, bad boy. One doesn't see a movie, good boy. So one who is seeing the movie, there is a guilt. One who doesn't see the movie, proud. Lost in this relative noble and ignoble, vice and virtue, good and bad, right and wrong, papa and punya. Look at the Upanishads. What the students have gone and asked for? Have they asked, make me a good man or make me a wise man? What are Nachiketas asked? Listen carefully. What Nachiketas asked Yamaraj? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra kruta krutat, krutam akrutam. Please tell me something which is anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. That is beyond dharma and adharma. I know. Being poor doesn't solve the problem. I also know riches do not solve the problem. Being adharmic, with all false values, I know life is a mess. But even with the good values, life remains a mess. By telling a lie, I do get into trouble. By speaking the truth, I also get into trouble. Tell me something which is beyond satyam anrutam, beyond falsehood and truth. Relative falsehood, relative truth. Dharma, adharma, good, bad, papa, punya, right, wrong, harsha, vishada. Or else you should have got what? Audhatyam deenata, na hinsa naiva karunyam. That person has no himsa, no violence against anybody, nor there is a kindness. That is the ultimate kindness. Accepting everything, everybody as it is. Or else to be kind, you become violent. Understand? To be kind, you become terribly violent. Like some people say, no, I'm very tolerant, and is very intolerant about intolerance. We cannot tolerate intolerance. So, are you intolerant or tolerant? I'm a wise man, I cannot brook ignorance, stupidities. Wisdom says that, or a so-called wise man says that? A personality. Understand? Just like the moment a point comes, listen carefully, the moment a point comes, see, here is a very flat thing. Which direction is what? Because he has a limitation is here. But suppose this is a very vast page, you can't see the ends of it. Which direction is where? You can't see. The moment you put a point here, left, right, front, back, up, down, everything begins. The moment you have a sense of papa, punya, this, that, all these things coming in, individuality has come in. Understand? The moment individuality comes in, second thing comes, which is inevitable in life. There where the conflict begins, left is right or right is right. Depends which country you are in. Marriage is right or living together is right. Depends on the country which you are living in. Divorce is right or marrying is right. Depends where you are. Every situation. Poverty is okay or prosperity is okay. Just think. Believing in this God or that God. Doing this or that. This conflict comes because of the individuality. I thought, listen carefully. Ultimately, which will go as what? I am dying. And when you are dying, you will not care for all that other things. This food is good or bad, that food is, you are dying. Or somebody is proud, I am alive. You have no attraction for living, no fear for death. That understand that considerations of living and dying, that very consideration doesn't exist. Because nothing lives, nothing dies. There is only one conscious, infinite existence. Myself, yourself, everybody is same. There is no craving, there is no resistance. if there is a whisper of it, we are talking about the person. That is why when you really see what it is, friends, mukam karoti vachalam, vachalam karoti mukam. You are not understanding individuality, spinning logic, this, that, this, that. When you see this, you are not there, shut up. Mukam. Nothing to talk. When you see this, oh my God, what a surprise. Now it was the whole universe existed, now nothing. You can go crazy. You must watch one magic show. In History Channel it comes, between 4:30 to 5:30 usually, Dynamo. Have you watched that man? Please watch it. Amazing. It's just out of the world. I don't know how on earth he does it. Just impossible. I really don't know. Magic can be... The person just puts on some fancy cloth and a little beard and all that stuff, he'll pass as a god in this earth. For most people. Just on magic. He just takes a cell phone like this, and he takes asks another person. He asks a girl, do you have a cell phone? He said, yes. He gives the cell phone. He put the cell phone. Another girl, oh, you have a very nice color scarf. Give the scarf. You know the scarf. And he said, I want to put this scarf through the cell phone. Is it ever possible? Then he does that, and does it. It comes. And comes, the whole thing comes out and the phone is as it is. It's not magic, it's not that type of magic. It's clearly showing. Amazing things. Last World Cup, 2 months back, 2 months before, he had written down what will be the result for next 6 matches, last 6 matches, semi-final, quarter-final, this. What will happen, how many goals, who will score, what is this? You give it in writing. It was kept in a lock, another lock, in a lock, like that it was kept, so that nobody can look at it. The person to whom he gave also, he cannot look at it. After the whole thing was over, it was opened. Exactly. What? That's not magic. See that. All these things can happen. Ascharya. For a person, just like as if there is no craving and resistance, Ascharyam naivacha kshobha. Nothing surprises him in life. We had seen it last time. Nothing surprises. Why? Infinity possibilities. Anything, okay. So, fellow, I saw him. Useless fellow in a classroom. He was, like 30 students, he was the first from the bottom. Who says? Other friend says 20 years after, that fool is managing director of a company. Ascharya. Think. Oh, I had seen him, my God, they were living in that huge house. You see that huge palace there? Yeah, they were living in that house. Who? This man, Now he is living in a jhopadi. There is a Nawab. It came in the TV, they showed that. His father was Nawab, but he is living, is everybody's tata, grandfather, in North India, and is living within these people, and everybody still calls him Nawab, but everybody takes care. And he says, I'm very happy here, no problem. He doesn't miss being the Nawab or all that stuff. Amazing. Somewhere, some people have processed it up nicely. So the king doesn't feel like destitute. Whereas when you see the truth for yourself, who you are, this what happens. There's no, you see for yourself. There is not a single whisper. Does your heart burn listening to some tragedy? Do you feel affected? So these scriptures, they are so beautiful. They don't ask you to go to good or bad, right or wrong. You don't come to scriptures understanding this knowledge to be a good man, wise man. Wisdom which takes both, like the road takes both the sides. Road has no side, that's a good example. The road has no side. Road takes both the sides. Road on both the sides. The road doesn't take any side. Drivers drive according to the side. Consciousness, the foundation, has no side. It exists in and through everything in this universe. The driver comes in, side comes in. Your sense of fear, sense of anxiety, sense of relief. Therefore, na mukta vishaya. So mukta, one who is free, know himself who is he, what his nature is. Doesn't have to say I to be. Doesn't have to think I to be. Since he is not there to think to be, or to speak to be, to breathe to be, what is the question of craving or resisting? You understand that? First I must say I. Before I say I am quiet or I am talking, I is not there. Quiet, talking, who is doing this? Body. This body can go on doing. Body is doing it. Yes, consciously I am doing it, but all the time being conscious. Body is speaking. Now the body can stop. Body can stop, so I make the body to stop. If you are consciously speaking, you are always silent. If you are consciously living, you are immortal. If you are consciously, even dying is a wrong word. Consciously seeing the disintegration of the body, cessation of the breathing, you are immortal. When you are conscious of every thought, free. You don't have to say I to be. What is the question of I think, I speak, I see, I hear, I talk? Those are all. First word is I. Next word is, first word is karta, I. Next is karma, no. Subject, object, right? Subject, predicate. First is subject, then only predicate. But even if you say karma means karta is there. Seeing, I am there. I need not necessarily see. But if you say see, I am already there. Karma means karta is there. Karta means karma is not there. The karta itself is not there. Means I must be there to initiate to do something. Understand? For eyes to see, it's so subtle and subtle. For eyes to see, the I thought need not be there. But I thought needed to see in a particular direction. Are you getting that point, please? For ears to hear, is it necessary to say I? The children hear, listen, taste, touch, everything goes on. No. But the eye is needed for to see in a particular direction, speak a particular word, to choose to express or not to express a particular thought. That is the action. Suppose the eye itself is not there, other activities continue. Pashyan, Shunvan, Spushan, Jigran, all continues. But there is no iha, no aniha, there is no effort, there is no struggle to see or not to see. So they are fine, not there also. Fine. Absolutely happy with himself. Asansaktamana nityam prapta apraptam upasante. Prapta, everything is as well gained at all times. Okay, just read the one, we shall see tomorrow. I just see it. Samadhana samadhana hita hita vikalpana shunya citto na janati kaivalyamiva sanstitah. Samadhana samadhana hita hita vikalpana shunya citto na janati kaivalyamiva sanstitah. So samadhana asamadhana hita ahita vikalpana. See, for most people in life, they look for a samadhana, solution. Asamadhana, at this moment it is unresolved situations. Samadhana, it must be resolved. Samadhana. Asamadhana is not yet resolved. Just think of it. Samadhana, asamadhana. Hita ahita vikalpana. Please see. That is a beautiful language, you know. In Vivek Chudamani, Bhagavan Shankara writes so nicely. Titiksha, you remember that example, huh? Titiksha. What does he say, Titiksha? Sahanam sarvadukhanam apratikara purvakam. Very clearly understand the example. If you are really interested in being yourself, listen carefully. If you are interested in being yourself, the absolute, that's a big clause, eh? Only if you are interested in being with yourself and interested in the absolute, then this is the challenge for you. Sarva dukkhanam sahanam. You must tolerate, forbear, go through every type of dukkha, so-called inconveniences, apratikara purvakam, without taking recourse to resolving it. Listen carefully. If you are desperate to resolve it, what does it mean? You are just wanting a time-bound solution. I am uncomfortable in this situation. I shall be comfortable in that situation. After some time, what you consider as a solution can be a problem next day. You thought, I have resolved my problem, I have given my house to my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, these 4 people, I have divided it, I am really very comfortable now. Suddenly son's son comes and files a case against you. I am also 18-year-old. How come I was not given? Now gone, your problem, your solution has gone for a sixer. Just think. Think. Give me a solution out of which a problem cannot come. Come, please. Give a solution out of which a problem cannot come. Give a problem which cannot be solved. This is a riddle, friends. Do you know what is the ultimate answer? If the individuality for whom this perception of problem and solution is existing, when that disappears, problem is no more a problem, solution is no more a solution. Therefore, if solution becomes a problem, problem is not a problem, solution is not a problem. If problem brings a solution, problem is not a problem, solution is not a solution. I am not there. That is the only way out. It may sound very, very lofty, idealistic, utopian, impossible for average person. But remember, until this dimension comes to your life, whether you are in a hutment, in a palace, in an organization called a house, family, or governments, parliaments, United Nations, it makes no difference. You shall have problem. Understand? You enjoying youth, you think it's a solution. Old age is coming in, don't worry. Growing means also. Growing means not only living, growing means also means dying. Gaining means also losing. Understand? If you have a sense of gain, you will have a sense of loss. That is why Bhagavan says, Yallabdha aparam labham nadhikam manyate tata. Hey Arjuna, gaining which the person no more considers any other gain bigger than that. There is no more gaining in life, because after infinity what? You are so contented, happy with yourself, because you are just not there. What is that? There is no sense of loss. That is why it becomes so difficult to speak the same language, understand? Speak the language, same language. It's like child. The child doesn't understand as to why the mother is shouting if I am breaking the plate. Because so many chicks has lovely noise. He just takes the plate and it breaks. Huh? Nice. So another plate. Oh, nice. Now this son, mommy comes. Here's it. Huh? Why are you eating? Why are you breaking the plate? For him it's not plate breaking. He doesn't understand. For him there is a noise. He's playing in the field. Happily playing with friends. Mommy goes, boxes the ear, drags him to house. What did I do? Studying and playing, what is the difference between the two? The child doesn't understand. That is why the parents get so wild, but the child doesn't understand. What the parents don't understand in relation to children, they don't understand in relation to the wisdom. Still they are playing about in what? Good, bad, right, wrong, religious, irreligious, this God, that God, this practice, this Vedanta, that Upanishad. Even the Vedanta Upanishads understand, you cannot make it a plaything. You cannot depend on it, it's not your toys. Somebody snatches it, you will be crying like a baby. Who you are, unsnatchable. Nobody gives it to you to take it away from you. It is all yours. That is why training ground is sahanam sarva dukkhana. Sarva dukkha includes sarva sukhana. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam. Tolerating, living through all discomforts. Sukha also is dukkha from the absolute standpoint. Are you getting that? From the absolute standpoint of absolute bliss, happiness that I am, even the so-called sukha also is dukkha. Why comes to an end? No. Like dukkha comes to an end for sukha to begin. Sukha comes to an end to dukkha to begin. So in dukkha, in dukkha, unhappiness, there is a seed of happiness. In the happiness, there is a seed of unhappiness. Because they are manifest, unmanifest. When the sukham is manifest, dukkha unmanifest. Dukkha is not gone. Dukkha is waiting. When dukkha is manifest, sukham is not gone. Sukha is unmanifest, waiting. That is why people go through sukha dukkha. Why? Because ahankar. From his standpoint, situation is not sukham or dukkham. Life is life. Morning is morning. Good morning, bad morning depends on the individual. Thought, good thought, bad thought depends on the individual. Thought is a thought. So, the individuality is there. It will crave for sukha, crave for dukkha. When apratikara purvakam, when you do that, that means there is nobody looking for a solution. That is the training ground for the absolute wisdom. Again, that like before you go into South Pole, North Pole, you go through hardship training. Before you go to Tibet, Manasarovar climb, you prepare yourself, or going to Everest. You take so many different type of training, hardening your, strengthening your body, hardening your capacity to tolerate cold and all that stuff, so that you can stay in that height and climb it. You want to be in the absolute? Apratikara purvakam sahanam sarva dukkhanam sukhana. Relative comfort and discomfort. Apratikara purvakam. Without doing anything, just be there. Okay. If you are interested in understanding yourself. Okay? If you have already understood yourself, choose. That is what it is. Aruruksyoho muner yogaha samah karma karanam uchyate. Arudasya chatu sama karanam uchyate. Aruruksyoho munehe yogaha karma karana yoga. For aruruksyo, one who is desirous of riding the horse of yoga, karma karana uchyate. Do the right action with the right attitude. Arudasya tasyeva shama karanam uchyate. One who is already abiding, shama, must be very conscious in what he is doing. Not that you should not take any recourse and all this. No. When you are doing it, it is more a functional thing. Okay, I am very happy with myself. Body being alive or dead makes no difference. What is the hurry to kill it? If it can be cured, let us go for a cure. Cannot be cured, let it be there. But no desperation. I am very comfortable with myself, as is this, everything is fine. No, this particular tree has to be replanted. Can it be done? Yeah, do it. Cannot be done? Leave it. You are not being neglectful, but you are not being insistent either. Both ways. That is where you become flexible. You understand? Flexible. Neither too tight nor too loose. The hand that always like this. Always open. Deformity. Always close. Deformity. Open, close. Like the strings in the musical instrument. Very tight, no music. Very loose, no music. Just right. Very tight in life. very loose, no good. Balance. And that is what exactly it is all about. Shunya chito na janati. So samadhana, asamadhana. That solution, problem, no solution, it doesn't bother him. Hita ahita vikalpana. This is good for me, that is not good for me, it's all right. Everything cannot be good for me only. It's like these politicians asking, no, adala enagena? Sir, there is a, what is that, 500 crore project is coming. What is there for me? If it's there for him only, he will do that, right? The sense of what do I get from life? Nothing. It has given me everything by giving myself. What am I losing in life? Nothing, because I am something, nobody can snatch it. Body, even if the body is snatched, nothing is snatched. Like the mullah. The mullah was walking down the street. Somebody asked, mullah, mullah, very excited. Some people ran to him. Mullah, 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 yes, there is a feast in the royal palace. He said, what is that to me? But you are invited. What is that to you? Why are you unnecessarily excited? If there is a feast in the royal palace, how does it matter to me? But you are invited, so why are you excited? How does it matter to you? Meaning, no excitement at any time. Oh, the cyclone is coming. How does it matter? He's coming through your village. Why are you worried? I will know how to handle it. Understand? Cyclone may or may not be handled. A tsunami you may or may not be able to control. But this truth, consciousness yourself is so beautiful, it's all. What to say? Are affected by anything, understand? Physical, tsunami, cyclone, all these things you may not be able to escape. Mind, mind, mind. Understand? The cyclone in your mind, you create. Somebody plants a seed, but you, as they say, they plant a wind, you reap a whirlwind. Because you don't know how to handle it. Life brings a situation, you make it a crisis. How beautiful, huh? If you can be, close your eyes. Just see it for yourself. When you go back home, just see this. Teach yourself to learn. Just see how the physical body and the physical universe always innocent. The sense organs closed. Memories come back. memories are as innocent as anything else. You are conscious of all your thoughts as they come, dance away and disappear. Without the I thought, there is no reaction. No sense of crisis or resolution. No sense of hita, ahita, beneficial, controversial, or detrimental, harmful. Irsha, hinsa, karunya, violence, compassion, papa, punya, vice, virtue. See that. You come to this knowledge. Not to be a good man forgetting your badness, a holy man getting out of unholiness. But you want to go beyond. Both the considerations, anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. Like, we shall see tomorrow, in Bhishma, I think comes Mahabharata. Tyaja dharmam adharmam cha. Ubhe satyanrute tyaja. Ubhe satyanrute tyaktva. Yena tyajasi tattyaja. Go beyond dharma, adharma. It says give up. Tyaja means give up, tyaga. The considerations of right and wrong. Ubhe satyanrute tyaja. Go beyond relative, truth and falsehood. How shall I do that? First, willing to go beyond both, giving up both. Yena tyajasi tattyaja. That way which you are giving up this, one who is tired of right, wrong, good, bad, that individuality, give up. Yena tyajasi, that way which you are giving up, give it up. Meaning give yourself, in a sense, individuality up. How do I give it up? You be yourself. The meaning of the word I. Which you had never given up, nor you get it for the first time. It's always there. Just teach yourself. Be that. Thank you.